Chargers and the Raiders may look like a preseason game. Doesn't mean there's still not a good betting opportunity in this one. I've got your Thursday night football best bet, and we're doing Team Total Thursday. Welcome to the Road to Millions. I am Andy from WagerTalk.com, and it is half price Thursday over at WagerTalk. You can go grab the 5% NFL and NCAA pack. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, half price over at WagerTalk. Take advantage of that. But you guys know, we always start with some positive vibes from the audience. Yeah, so yesterday we addressed kind of the free plays and looking at videos and trying to take plays. This is a good way to look at it. He says, I find I often listen to the rationale for a play and then try to find other ways of playing that sentiment, but at a different price or a different angle. I think that's a great way to look at it. Say, if you do want to play something, maybe I agree with that play, or maybe there's something else on the board that I was thinking of, and I'll use this rationale from this video. So I think that's a really, really good way to look at it. So, love the crazy stats with you on Halliburton tonight. Good call on Hayward, over 16.5 points. That was a great one. Having a hard time in Florida. Hard Rock betting app. I have no idea about Florida. There's a lot of things I don't know about Florida, but it seems like every crazy news story comes from Florida. So I don't know how the Hard Rock betting app is down there. So apologize that I am unfortunately no help whatsoever down there. And then David teased the Pacers game total down to 240. No sweat on that one. So nice work. Go ahead and leave us a comment and hit the like button, please. It helps the algorithm out. And yeah, just leave us a comment. Tell us what's going good for you. Tell us how your Road to Millions is doing. If you cashed some bets last night, and tell us what your best bet is for today or for the weekend. I'm going to get into Thursday night football best bet. Corbin thinks I'm crazy. He thinks I'm crazy, and I'm telling you this is going to hit. Easton Stick, and this has dropped to 188.5 now that Keenan Allen is out. I got to tell you, I actually like it even better without Keenan Allen. So I mentioned in the intro that this kind of starting to look like a preseason game. Great, I'll take it. There's a lot of things going on with this play that I like. And the first is, on the surface, it may look like these teams don't care. But you know who does care? These guys that are getting valuable playing time on primetime TV that wouldn't normally play, like Easton Stick. Like some of these receivers you're going to see tonight that you've never heard of. These guys are playing for contracts. They get a chance to put up stats. These guys are playing for roster spots, and there may not be any higher level of motivation in the NFL than trying to play for a roster spot or for a contract. So Easton Stick is going to come out, and I think he's going to wing it. This is a Chargers team that cannot run the ball. They're averaging about 65 yards the last 3 games. They can't run, so they're going to throw. And I kind of like Keenan Allen being out because now there is no film on what's going to happen tonight with the Chargers offense. The Raiders cannot prepare for anything. So I think this is a really, really low total. Easton Stick played a full preseason game, threw for 233 yards. And we've seen guys like Joe Flacco fly over his total. We see Jake Browning fly over his total when they're playing bad pass defenses. And this Raiders defense is a bad pass defense. So last week, Dobbs was just awful. Mullins comes in, completes like 9 of 13 passes. And before that, Mahomes, 298, Tua, 325. Zach Wilson was over 260. You can absolutely throw on this Raiders team, and I think they're going to be reacting to what happens. I don't think they can plan for what the game plan is going to be. This number is way too low, absolutely way too low for a team that can't run the ball, for a team that's going to be putting out wide receivers that are going to be fighting for roster spots. You got someone like Quentin Johnson who has been labeled a bust. He's now going to be, their number one? You don't think he's going to be, extra motivated? So I think this is a great play. I've already put it up as a free play on WagerTalk.com. I am going back and forth about whether this needs to be a client play or not. Those of you all access, you'll know if it comes out later today, but I just love it. I loved it at 198, and then it drops down to 188 because Keenan Allen is out. I don't know. Just really, really like Easton Stick tonight. I love the surprise factor. So. All right, guys, I mentioned half price. So what's going on today is I love what WagerTalk is doing here. we're running a lot more specials, and I love when they run these on Thursday because we can put up a full football pack, and that's what we were able to do. We have another 5% play. This is a domestic. This is like last week's where we used some alt totals. So this is available on domestic books, and we keep telling people if you have the domestic books, you really, really need to be an all access client of ours. This is where most of our plays come from, and this one is the same thing. So it's a 5% NFL play, and we're going to include all football plays for this weekend, including college football. We cashed college football last week. That's 12-3. That's now a 27-8 football run. And three of those losses were last weekend from injuries, and I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. But take advantage of that. It's a smoking deal. It's half price. It's at WagerTalk.com. Doesn't get any better than that. You get a 5% play, all NFL plays on Sunday, and it gets a college football play. I got a couple spots I really like in college football, so I'm narrowing it down. That should be up here in a few hours. After recording this one. So take advantage of that. And of course, we have the promo code GIFT25. It gets $25 off a 7-day pass. World Championship of Darts starts tomorrow. I would expect plays are going to start coming out tonight. I'll talk to Corbin a little bit more about it, but get ready for the World Championship of Darts. I went back and looked 6-1 last year. I think I said 7-1 yesterday. It's 6-1, and we're 4-2 in the tournaments leading up to this one. So I'm very, very excited about what the next week has in store for us. So if you want a 7-day pass, use the promo code GIFT25. Gets $25 off 7-day pass. Or if you want just the half price football pack, go ahead and grab that. Alrighty, let's do team total Thursday. I could have used better colors on this Jets one, but you get the gist. My favorite overs is Jets 13.5. I mocked Corbin. I made fun of Corbin last week when he was saying he liked Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson comes out and looked great. I don't look great, but look really good. And they put up 30 points on the Houston Texans. And like, I don't care if CJ Stroud was out. I don't care if the Houston Texans you can throw on them. Putting up 30 points is big in an NFL game. So maybe this is a Zach Wilson that had a few weeks off, got motivated, is trying to show off for new teams, is playing a little bit more loose. But this 13.5 is like, this seems really low. 2 touchdowns against the Dolphins. Dolphins have given up 13 points in every single game. They've given up 13 or more in every single game. They gave up 13, I believe, to Tim Boyle, and with Tyreek Hill questionable, I'm wondering if this Dolphins team, if it gets into a track meet, great, we'll take it because that means Dolphins will be going down the field. But if they don't and their offense sputters, you may get a really, really nice field position a couple times. If the Jets can pin the Dolphins back, you get a 3 and out. Jets get good field position. So I don't know. This total I loved what I saw from the Jets and I loved what I saw from Zach Wilson. Yeah. So Tim Boyle put up put up 13 points on this Dolphins team. So I love the Jets over. I think this number is really low. And if you're looking for parlay piece, I think taking maybe like an 8.5 or 9.5 over that just to get a touchdown and a field goal to get over might be a really nice parlay piece. So I really like the Jets over their team total. Favorite under is the Chiefs under 23.5. I talked about this on Bet On It with Kelly. Kelly loves the Patriots +9, and I agree. I think this is a low-scoring game. They only scored 20 against Buffalo, 19 against Green Bay, 17 against Philly. They did put up 31 against the Raiders, who doesn't? But this is a Kansas City team that only averages 21 points on the road. And since the bye week, this Patriots defense is nasty. 10 points to the Giants, 6 to the Chargers, 18 to the Steelers. That's second best in the league. Since the bye week, they're allowing 4.5 yards per play. That's fifth best in the NFL. And this Chiefs team, I mean, without Pacheco, their rushing game is a little shaky. 18 times for 82 yards last week. Mahomes only threw for 271 yards and 1 touchdown. Clunky offense. I just don't think they have the weapons to put up a bunch of points. And this Patriots team is just going to try and grind the clock and keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands. So I think this is too much. I think this game kind of has like 17-19 written all over it, or 20-14. So I just think this number is too big, and the Chiefs are just getting a lot of respect when they really not on this team total. No thanks. It's too good of a defense that they're playing right now. So, All right, so that's going to do it for team totals and Thursday night football best bet. Let's do the sneaky play of the day, and I guess it's not too sneaky, but it's a great price. Minus 140 for Josh Allen to throw an interception. We talked about this last week. Thrown 14 interceptions this year. This has hit in 9 straight games, and the Cowboys have 13 interceptions this season. I was surprised to see Chicago has a ton of interceptions this year. When you think of teams that intercept the ball out, the Chicago Bears, not one of the teams that comes to mind. So, yeah, I like Josh Allen to throw an interception. I think it's a great price. Actually, the price is what scares me. Why is this down to minus 140? It was minus 150 last week. Why? He threw another interception. I know it was a batted ball, but he just keeps throwing interceptions. And this game script could prove to be he's going to need to throw a lot. They didn't seem that interested in running the ball late, and this Cowboys defense is really, really good. So, sneaky play of the day. We'll keep riding Josh Allen. We'll throw an interception. And our stat of the day, Joe Flacco has 5 touchdown passes the last 2 weeks. The Steelers and the Jets each have 9 this entire season. That's terrible. Come on, Steelers. What are you doing? Joe Flacco, 5 touchdowns the last 2 weeks. Y'all are at 9, and it's December, mid-December. So, just piling on the Steelers and the Jets in their complete lack of pass defense. So there's your stat of the day. Guys, please hit the like button, leave us a comment, tell us what your best bet is. Now let's take a look at. Yeah, let's do some NBA and NHL props. And at the end here, guys, I'm going to go over a couple lessons that I've been reminded of. I know these lessons, but it's good to remind ourselves because honestly, it kind of cost me a couple bets this week. So cost us a couple bets this week. So my apologies, but I'll go over the mindset of where I kind of screwed up here. So here's a prop that I'm kind of interested in here. Domantas Sabonis, his points, he's not going over. He's only gone over one time in the last 8 games you see here. This total's at 19.5. Oklahoma City, their defense is okay. They're 12th in points. But we just see that Sabonis went over big time and flew over this total kind of here in the mid-November. But he's just not getting it done recently. And we're getting a great, great price. It's like even money on the under. So, I would look at Sabonis on the under. And then I was looking at Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a couple things going on with him. One, he hasn't hit a three-pointer in the last 3 games. You can get plus 162. I would say he's going to hit a three-pointer pretty soon. But there was, I believe, what was it, rebounds and assists? Yeah, he's not getting there either. They're putting this at 12.5, and he keeps getting 11 and 12. So he's gone under this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games in a row here. And I know Sacramento's defense is not that good, but I don't know how many rebounds is he going to get. Like if you don't have good defense and there's a lot of made baskets, I'm not really sure how many rebounds that Shea is going to get. So those are a couple props that jumped out to me. I can scroll here and look at who's scoring a lot of points. Derek White over 16.5 is your streak leader for most points. That's not very many games, only 4 games, and he's just barely getting over there. Porzingis, I noticed Porzingis here is now towards the bottom here. So 21.5, but look, he's gone under, but he's had 21-3 out of the last 4 games. Bummer. I did notice his 3-pointers is interesting. It's 2.5, and if you guys remember, like at the beginning of the year, this first game they had it at 1.5, and I was like, you got to take over 1.5, and he made 5, and now they boosted the line up to 2.5, and now if you just play his 3-pointers under 2.5, you would be just cooking, absolutely cooking. So I'm wondering if it's worth just playing Porzingis under. I know it's minus 165, so you got to hit like 2 out of 3, but I mean, he's just not getting it done. I mean, that first game threw everybody off the scent. He's had 3 a couple times, but I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this plays 13 and 4. So if we're getting minus 165, Yeah, that might be something to look at. It might be something to dip our toes into. So, Porzingis on the 3 pointers under 2.5. So, let's take a look at NHL. Not a ton of games tonight. Our boy Evan Bouchard has scored a point in 12 straight games. He's just on fire, and now he gets Tampa Bay, who gives up a ton of goals. I think this probably needs to be a parlay piece. So, uh, I mean, minus 160. They are just, Edmonton is rolling. You guys know I love riding these streaks, and I think this one probably needs to be a part of a parlay tonight. So I saw that one, and then I saw Connor McDavid's going flying over his assist. This is crazy. Connor McDavid is minus 240 just for an assist, or you can get Bouchard at minus 160 just to have a point. So a goal or an assist counts. That line is crazy. If you're thinking about playing Connor McDavid to have a point or an assist, just go to Bouchard. You're getting damn near $1 difference on that one. So I know he's been. I mean, a lot of these assists have actually gone to Bouchard on the power play, but yeah, no reason to play McDavid when Bouchard is sitting right there. So, and you guys know that I love playing guys not to have assists. I can't. Nick Paul, man, they've just completely juiced us out. DraftKings has this over minus 400, and I can't find a line on Tyler Bertuzzi. What's crazy about Tyler Bertuzzi not having assists is Toronto's putting up like 5 goals a game. It's like you go look at the game log, everybody's got a point. Not Tyler Bertuzzi. So I was looking at Jared McCann. My problem is they're playing Chicago, and Chicago gives up a ton of goals, which means lots of assists, and vice versa is the same thing. I was looking at some of these Chicago Blackhawks. Seattle's worse, so they give up a ton of goals. I don't want to play games, or I don't want to play these assisting games that feature two really bad defenses. I think you're kind of asking for trouble there. So, but Bouchard, you definitely have to take a look at for the point. I don't have a play up yet in the NHL. I think I will. Last night's loss was uh, very frustrating, but I do want to talk about. Uh, I do want to talk about this because we give out picks and everything, but a couple lessons that I need to keep in the back of my head. Stay within comfort zone and don't get too cute. They they kind of mirror each other here, but so stay within the comfort zone. So I did two bets last week that were things that I don't normally do, and they cost me. One was the UFC fight, Tatsura Taira. I could have just played him to win. I didn't. I got too cute and I played him to win by submission or decision. What happens? He gets the first knockout of his career. Now, is that like crazy unlucky? Yeah, you could say that. But there wasn't that big of a difference in price. And sometimes taking the low hanging fruit is just the easy way to go. It cost me a 3% play, I believe. So it cost us, I mean, instead of having a 1.5 unit win, I think we had a 1.5 unit loss. That's a 3 unit swing. That's huge. So getting too cute really, really cost me in that one. And I'm not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect. We're just trying to win 57%. But losing bets when you're doing something like that is just those mistakes can't happen. They do happen every once in a while, but that was something that I just in the moment I could not believe that I got too cute with that one. So not going to get too cute, not going to overthink it, and then stay within the comfort zone. So you guys that have followed the NHL plays, you guys know what I'm doing is I'm finding these great situations on guys not to have assists, and I'm parlaying them together. Last night I follow on Winnipeg to not have an assist, and I made a same game parlay on the Kings to win the game. What happens? Kings go up 2-0. I, I turn the game off. Then I wake up to see that Winnipeg scored five straight, just absolutely murdered the Kings. So I follow does not have an assist, and yet the Kings lose. That was out of my comfort zone. I don't do money lines in hockey. I do assists. And what makes it even more infuriating was some people couldn't get the same game parlay. So I said, if you can't get the same game parlay, just put Alfalo to not have an assist with this other guy. That one hit. Don't get credit for it though, because that's the official play that we put in to WagerTalk. So I wake up this morning and I'm going, why? Why did I? I never do a hockey money line. It's the middle of the season. Anything can happen. That was the first time the Kings have lost 3 games in a row all year. And I need to make sure that I stay within my comfort zone. We are low volume, and there's no reason to force anything. And I don't think I forced a play last week, but I did pick something that I don't normally pick, which is which was a hockey money line. So I won't be making that mistake again. So a couple lessons learned this week is to not get too cute, and it. I had that feeling when I was putting that Tyra bet in. I was like, I've never done this before, but it makes all the sense in the world. And just that little voice in the back of the head was like, "You're overthinking this. Don't get too cute. Just take him to win." And it costs. And then last night with the comfort zone, listen, I believed that the Kings were going to win. I thought it was a great spot for them. Winnipeg playing back to back, and but in the end, it was a play that I don't normally put out. So I need to make sure that I stick with what I know best and just keep to those. So I know what's working in hockey. It is these assist plays and these guys to not have assists. So I will absolutely keep to that. And then in the UFC, we're just not going to get too cute, and we're not going to get too cute with a lot of other plays. Like Corbin and I always say, it is much better to leave off a winner than it is to put out a loser. So, yeah, so those are some lessons. Got to keep it a little bit dialed in. So, it's going to be a frustrating bankroll reset day. We're going to be down a few units tomorrow, and you go back to the weekend. We lost 3 NFL plays to injury. On Monday Night Football, Hill gets hurt, doesn't go over his total. That cost us. Uh, Wicks got hurt for Green Bay. That cost us. And then Justin Jefferson. Like right there, there's 3 plays due to injury. So even if one of them flips, we're really close to even. If we go 2-1 on them, I think we're up a little bit. So the injury bug got us, and honestly, so did getting too cute and getting outside my comfort zone. So I made some mistakes this week, and we will remedy that and we will fix that. So appreciate all your guys' support, and we'll get going tomorrow. I'm very excited about tomorrow. We got our darts playing. We got the 5% play that's up. So we got a lot of good things cooking for this week. So, all right, guys, I believe that is going to do it for us. Don't forget to take advantage of that 5% play. NFL, and it's going to include our college football play of the week. 12-3 this season in college football. 27-8 football run last month or so. So seeing everything really well. And if you want to get a 7-day pass, so you get all the darts plays for the next 7 days, use the promo code GIFT25. It gets $25 off a 7-day pass. All right, guys. Hopefully me and Corbin will be back. Well, I know I'll be back. I think Corbin is going to join us tomorrow. We'll do bankroll reset day, and we'll get you set for the weekend. Huge weekend of plays. College football, NFL, darts, NHL, and soccer. So going to be a big, big weekend, and I have very, very high hopes for it. So let's get it started tonight. Good luck on all your plays, and I'll see everyone tomorrow on the road to millions.